I genuinely used to feel like I was living my life on autopilot and that every single day was just a repeat of yesterday, and I was not doing anything that was stimulating me creatively. I would look at other people and I was like, it's so cool that they're able to do X, Y, Z. Then I took a second and I was like, okay, the only reason why I can't do those things is because I'm not putting time or effort into them. Obviously, yes, people sometimes are naturally inclined to be like really great artists, for example, but talent comes with practice again. So I was like, I can do those things. If I want to do those things, I can do those things. Anyways, I'm an only child and I feel like I've genuinely just mastered the art of like never being bored. In today's video, I'm gonna be giving you guys a bunch of different hobby ideas or things to do when you feel maybe bored or that you might want to get into. These are some things that I've honestly already tried, that I'm currently trying, for ones that I really want to try in the future. I just want to preface by saying that I'm the type of person where I think I'm just gonna be naturally great at everything, and I thought that I was just gonna pick them up and I was just gonna be great, and obviously I wasn't, because I had never done that in my entire life. I feel like this expectation to like be amazing first try is what's stopping so many people from even getting into it. It's just like you already have it in your head, like, I'm not good at that. There's really nothing stopping you besides yourself. I'll probably start off with the things that I already do just because I have them like on hand. So my most recent hobby has been electric guitar. This was something where I would genuinely look at people and I was like, you are so cool. It low-key came from just watching those like TikTok videos of them, and I was like, why can't I do that? Literally just because I don't have a guitar. Like, obviously, again, so much harder than I expected. These hobbies are very humbling, but once you start getting it, it's so fulfilling. First one definitely is just instruments in general. Even though I picked up electric guitar, you can pick up any instrument that you want. This can even be singing. I'm not a singer, but like if I had a passion for that and I really wanted to like train my voice, there's so many vocal coaches even online or like free on YouTube that like you can practice and like you can try to get good at that. You can even try to do both. Pretend you want to get into acoustic guitar and then you want to sing. You can also get into like making your own music. I know people around me who have made their own songs, have made their own beats. The next one I would say is crocheting or knitting. Genuinely another one of my favorites. It is so fun to be able to make your own little things. For crocheting, I do feel like it's easier to make your own clothes. I would recommend starting off with crochet. I just again don't understand the concept of beginner. So my beginner project was a pair of shorts. They're not fully done, like all of the little things like that are everywhere. They're like a pair of little micro shorts. The thing is I really don't know how to keep these on. Like I even made another pair once I started getting better and they low-key just slip off of me, so I can't really wear them out. The concept is very cute and I love making my own clothes. I even ended up by making one of my own t-shirts. You don't have to sit there in silence and crochet. You can do this while listening to music. You can do this while watching your favorite shows. The next one is photography. I'm not that much into it, but I genuinely love it still, and I love people who are just like really great at just taking beautiful photos. I feel like this doesn't only have to be like one certain type of photography though. This could also be just like getting into disposables. I have a disposables account on Instagram that was just basically made for like memories. I started it in my last year of high school because I wanted those like old type of photos while I'm graduating to look back on, and genuinely was the best decision I ever made. You can also do things with like an Instax camera. The camera that I film on is a Canon G whatever. That is like good for taking digital photos. In the photo category, something that I love to do is create photo albums. This can be done in so many different creative ways. I just do it because I have so many photos that I want to include that I don't like add any really personal stuff besides the actual photos. I started doing this because of a friend and I just became obsessed. So I bought this ginormous photo album. I have to figure out what I'm going to do here, but it starts literally in my last year of high school and ends I think a year ago. I haven't really updated it since. This is like the first page of it. These are all my friends. Basically, it was a time in my life where everything was so different. When I look at these photos, especially in this form, I genuinely remember the moments and the feelings that I had when I was there. You'll print the photos. You can print them literally at any pharmacy or even online. There's a bunch of different websites that you can like print them for free and like you just have to pay for shipping, which is like the best thing ever. With that, you can also do scrapbooking with your photos or whatever you choose. You can actually use different like papers, stickers, writings, and make it more personalized. If you're into more things that are like active, obviously you can do any sport as like a hobby. There's obviously more chill sports that you can do. I feel like people have started to get more into like pickleball. I used to play tennis, so I do that as a hobby, especially in the summer. But you can also learn how to dance, go to a Pilates class, go to a yoga class, start to do yoga at home, even just personal walks. These are all things where obviously you can do these hobbies with other people, but having personal time I feel like is so important. Another thing you can do is meditations. They don't have to be long. They can be literally 5 minutes and so beneficial to start or end your day, or even if you want to do it during the day. I feel like it's great to do it at the beginning of the day because it kind of sets the tone for how you're going gonna actually live out the next couple hours before you go to bed. Reading is one of the best hobbies ever. It has such a bad stigma. There's people that are like, oh my god, it's so boring because it's only non-fiction. And like, you don't have to read only non-fiction books. If you like things that are more stimulating for your brain, definitely go for a non-fiction book. If you're looking for something that's like fun and light or adventurous and doesn't have really hard language or doesn't have a plot that's super difficult to understand or feels like genuinely watching your favorite show or movie, there's so many fiction books that are so amazing, and there's so many different YouTubers and TikTokers and all that stuff that recommend such great books. I thought I hated reading like so bad. I could never finish a book, and then I started finishing like 14 books a month. Getting into books, like, you can also add in little things that are so like personal for you, so you can start making your own bookmark. You can also get into like tabbing your book. So I bought literally a pack on Amazon of just like a bunch of different tabs, and they're like all these aesthetic colors, and I match them with the cover of the book, just make them look so cute, and when I look back at the book I can see all my favorite moments and basically like relive the book like in 60 seconds. The next one that I love is also makeup. So makeup doesn't only have to be like this girly soft glam or whatever. It can be something very grunge. It can be just learning how to do different makeup tutorials, learning how to do more artsy makeup. You can do it before your shower. I feel like the girls know this. Experiment with it. Have fun with it. That's literally the whole point of it. Pinterest life planning. I actually love this again. I guess this is also like scrolling on your phone, which might not be the best, but I feel like if you're gonna scroll on any app, Pinterest is probably one of the best. I feel like it categorizes your life in however many ways that you want it to. And this can also help you plan to do things and actually how to execute them. So a lot of my hobbies have actually come from like seeing it on Pinterest. The way it's kind of shown and like the aesthetic in which it's shown has motivated me enough to like want that for myself. Plan different outfits. I'll plan what I would want for a future business, a party that I would want to throw. Journaling. There's so many ways to journal. There's a 5-minute journal where they sell it like that. I have it as well. Not everyone has the time to, or the ability or want to journal for 12 hours straight. I can't even do that, but journaling has been so beneficial for me. I know that it doesn't have to be like that for everyone, but it's something that's solely for you. Again, whatever you say, it's the only place in the entire world where it's not communicated to anyone else besides yourself, so no one is judging you and you don't have this need to feel all of that the next day. But that's one type of journaling where it's more about you or your life or things that you want to talk about. But there's another type of journaling that is, again, more creative, and it's the junk journaling. But it's basically where someone kind of takes this journal and just like kind of scraps and does like a bunch of these random artsy things. It becomes this like huge chunky journal filled with a bunch of these little like knickknacks or sentimental things. Another one would be getting into social media. This one's probably scary for a lot of people, I feel like, but starting a YouTube channel, starting a TikTok, it's so fun, so great to look back on, but it's definitely time consuming. Create a YouTube channel to film moments with your friends. Create a YouTube channel to speak about things that you feel like would help other people or would be beneficial, or things that you just want to look back on. Embroidery. Oh my god, I actually almost started doing this, but I told myself that I need to learn how to crochet first because I was picking up too many hobbies and it was becoming a bit insane. So fun. You can do like the beaded ones. I love the ones that are like little martini glasses or the olive, or they have ones that like they've done seashells. Obsessed. And this is like a way where you can literally buy a $10 white tank top on Amazon in bulk and just start embroidering little things on these t-shirts to make them more unique or more cute. And the materials are not expensive. Making your own stickers. I literally will start doing this. I saw a video recently and I was so obsessed. You can find different stickers that you would want basically on Pinterest. You can search up any type of aesthetic. They'll give you a bunch of different options for stickers, and then you can start printing them out, cutting them out, and then there's a bunch of different video tutorials on how to do them. But from what I've been understanding is that usually it's like a piece of parchment. You do like a layer of tape, and then you put your little stickers all over it, and then you tape it again, and then you'll cut out every single one. When you want to use the sticker, you take off the back, which is the parchment, and you can stick it on anything. And these can be so cute for like adding to your journal, sticking on water bottles, sticking on phone cases, sticking on MacBook, whatever, computer cases. Sewing. One of my friends actually knows how to sew, and I feel like it's the craziest thing ever. I also really wanted to learn how to do this. I almost went to a class. Making your own clothes. It's such an amazing talent to have. Once you're there, you could start literally just thrifting fabrics or finding random things that you like and turning them into something totally different. I feel like those thrift flip videos, oh my god. Sun prints basically on anything. If you don't know what this is, I honestly really learned about it in the summer. Basically what you do is there's this certain, I don't know, liquid. Let's say you put it on the t-shirt, and then you'll you'll basically take the print that's like very, very, very overexposed and put that on top of this liquid. You'll let it sit out in the sun, do its thing, and you'll basically just have a print on a t-shirt in like what, a couple hours. T-shirts, tote bags, you can do it on jeans, you can do it on literally anything. Learning a language honestly is a lot more difficult. Learning a language can be such a fun hobby to have. Definitely need the motivation towards it. Obviously it's not the same as like learning how to like, crochet. Obviously puzzles and that too. I would do that like while listening to music or watching a show or something. Oh my god, drawing. But there's so many different things again to do within this realm. If you feel like you need to start off with something chill, you cannot be acrylic painting these like crazy things right off the bat, obviously, and you're just like, oh, I want this like small little hobby to have. I would literally get one of those coloring books and get these specific markers that are so aesthetic and satisfying and literally just color them in. That has to be the most therapeutic thing I've ever seen in my entire life. If you have anxiety or if you just need a break from everything, that is the perfect thing to do. You can get into like getting your own sketchbook, sketching whatever's around you or sketching things that you feel called to sketch. You can do little mini paintings, you can do bigger paintings, you can do watercolor paintings. I feel like YouTube tutorials are probably the best way to like learn how to do things pretty quickly. Cooking or baking, there's so many different recipes now. So many different healthy recipes, desserts that I never even knew existed. Pottery, like you'd probably have to find a studio to actually do pottery, but I feel like the actual making of different objects is so fun. I saw this TikTok of this girl who made this bowl and then it was attached to like a mini bowl, and she basically designed that so that she could put her cherries and then put the pits of the cherries inside this little other bowl. And I just thought it was so cool. You can just make your own things, so when people come over and you're like, oh my god, it's so cute, where'd you get it? It's like, I made it. But you can also just do like painting of different type of pottery. There's also like that, I think it's like quick dry like type clay, and it's where people make these like mini magnets or mini like little trinkets out of clay that like dries really fast, and then they like paint it. Gardening, this is not for me, but if you're into like different plants, or my friend has like a cactus and she actually ended up by buying, I think she had like 4 or something like that. Obviously that's not like really gardening, but if you're into like plants or stuff like that, you could do stuff within the realm of like gardening or like having your own plants or things with flowers or growing things that you want. Pressed flowers are one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. This can also be incorporated into bookmarks or into journals or anything like that as well. They're so beautiful. I don't necessarily know how they do it. I think it's just like they dry and smush flowers. I've seen them framed. Acting classes. So many people I know want to pursue something creative like acting, but in a world where people prioritize being realistic, they're in school and they feel like, okay, well, as my job, I want this, but I wish I was able to do this creatively, and I envy those people that are in school for those things. Blah, blah, blah. I digress. You could want to be in sciences, for example, and also love acting. Lip gloss charms, I feel like have been the most recent thing. I've seen them like everywhere as like an activity to do with your friends. They sell a bunch of different charms on Amazon or literally at any craft store, I feel like, and you can just make your own charms. That can also go for like keychains too. Like you can make your own keychains. I actually bought this one keychain from this like little stand in Montreal with one of my friends, and it was with pressed flowers, and I was obsessed, and it's literally on my bag, and it's on her school bag, and I love them. Like it was such a cute thing that she made, and I just thought it was amazing. You can also make your own jewelry, necklaces, bracelets, rings. You can also make your own hairpins, but I feel like there's so many different ways of doing it. You can make your own cards, so like if there's like a birthday or something or anything like that. My favorite ones are probably the watercolor ones. I literally want to do this one too. You can also make your own candles. My favorite ones that I've seen are literally these seashell candles where they put them inside the seashell. Kind of self-explanatory, but even if you're hosting some type of party or if you want like a decoration in your room, I love them. You don't only need to make those. You can also do, I saw martini candles. Like you could also like paint on top of candlesticks. Something that I saw on Pinterest again was basically making this like type of painting tray but with seashells, and I thought that that was like the cutest thing ever. You could also make a vision board, pretty much like a one-time thing. You can make that for the year, and like you can add things to it or whatever it is. I actually made my own vision binder last year because this was like kind of like a thing. Didn't really stick with it that much, but it was super fun to make, and that is pretty much it. I really hope I'm not forgetting anything. These are a bunch of things that I'd love to learn how to do, that I'm currently learning how to do, and helps me reduce my screen time, to be honest, through things that are actually benefiting me mentally instead of giving me like freaking anxiety. Like I love you guys so much, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys soon.